Here.
Thank you, David. Toastmasters, honored guests. My story is the power of a few words. I didn't think about it that way today when it happened, but the power of a few words. It seems innocuous enough. What could a few words do? Well, I was doing an errand and getting some ice cream, little Dixie cups of ice cream for my wife. She'd been wanting them. She told me what to get. I went into the store. They didn't have any. I went to three stores. Finally, I found some cups. She said she wanted the chocolate cone type. Well, but she also likes coffee ice cream. I didn't see those, but I saw the coffee, and I went, there! I grabbed the two for $1 each, took them back to the car, and showed them to her. She says, "Are you retarded or what?" I thought about that for a minute. That really stung. In fact, I was hot. I mean, what? She likes them both. What is the problem? The problem was I didn't listen to her first choice. So I went back into the store, switched them out, came back. So you didn't have to do that. Oh, yes, I did. So we're driving. She says, "What's the matter?" I said, "Well, the next time you want something that specific, don't send a retard. You can get it yourself." That was pretty hostile, because as I was driving over here tonight, I realized those few words were a gift. They activated me. They made me realize that I was allowing her words of frustration or whatever. She didn't even realize she said it. I said that? Yes, you did. She didn't even realize it, but I recognized that I was letting her define who I was. And so she can call me anything she wants, it doesn't matter. And it came to me the power of words. So the thoughts for this night are threefold. The first one is the words that you hear. What do you do with them? And as a Toastmaster, that means listening to what people tell you. How does it impact you, and what does it activate in you to do with those words, to decide to make a decision from? And I realized that's important. And if I'm not really present to that, I could let things like that really lead me from, it would define who I was, and I wouldn't get the results I want. The second part is the words that I speak, and they're influenced by the words that I hear. And so it's really important, I realize, for me, that I'm real clear about what I'm hearing and what I'm making it mean, because that's going to affect what I say to other people. And why I mention this was because Toastmasters gives us an opportunity to use our voice, to use our wits, to use our influence, our gestures for purposes that are larger than just ourselves. This afternoon I got a phone call from a lady who works with some organization that is set up to help Ronald McDonald House. She has a group of people that were volunteers that she wants to send out to get donations from different companies, and she thought the Toastmasters might be helpful. I said, "Really? How did you guess that?" She says, "Well, I was a Toastmaster back on the East Coast." I said, "Well, you're absolutely right." I said, "We have meetings you can come to. They're rather inexpensive. Even if you just sit there and listen, you'll learn a lot." She says, "Well, I really want them to learn how to speak." I said, "Well, they can learn how to speak extemporaneously, but if you really want them to get the full value, you can join. It's $33 for 6 months, plus a $20 initiation fee." I said, "And then you get to speak, and these people could practice talking to people and understanding why they might not want to give money, or how is it going to help them or the world." And she said, "Oh, that would be wonderful. Can someone come to our club, to our Ronald McDonald House, and speak to us?" I said, "Absolutely. Any night except Monday and Thursday night." I said, "Because I'm looking at a bigger game. What they'll learn to be able to speak, the speech they have to give to these people for this purpose, is just one piece of what they can gain. And if with the messages they hear from other people, that's another part that they'll learn. But the skills they'll learn will affect their whole life. The relationship they have with their wife, who might call them idiots, or the impact of something with your children, setting limits, or listening and hearing what someone said that you should know. And so she said, oh, that's wonderful. I said, because the listening will affect how successful they are. And most of us don't think we have a problem with that. I said, but my experience has been, Toastmasters has taught me that listening is a challenge. Hard to believe. I thought I heard it, but I never did, and I never will, and I'm not even trying because I'm typically listening from my point of view. The real challenge that Toastmasters shows you is how do you listen from your point of view, the speaker, and your point of view, and for that person to know that they've been heard, not just that I was there, but I was focused and I understood what you're telling me. Then they feel heard, and then you can deal with what's the issue for us. So that's the second part. The third part was realizing there's a greater good. Admittedly, having people raise funds for Ronald McDonald House or some other nonprofit will help people. But there's even more possibilities here. Because as you start to do this, and you realize that your few words can have an impact that starts another few people with words, and they have another few people with words, it's the pebble in the pond with the ripples. You don't know who's going to be impacted ultimately by those few words you speak of encouragement, of empowerment, of regard for them, of compassion, understanding their fear. So that's one of the big things we look at here is how much of our life is trapped by fear, our own fear. It's all in our head, but yet it's real. It stops people from doing a lot of things. It has for me, that's for sure. And I realized, my God, what a price to pay. Because I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I was this. I didn't think I was... And then I came to realize I got this old and I go, oh, you're what you are. So what? That's just the way it is. You know, it doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just what is, and it's only right now. Tomorrow you'll even be different. So don't get wrapped up about that. What people think, what they say, don't worry, because they don't do it very often. And when they do, they don't know what they don't have a full reference to make a decision. So they don't define you. You, by your thoughts, your words, what you tell yourself, and what you hear and make it mean, determine who you are and what you can do with your voice and what you can do with your influence. My third thought is just that. What is the legacy that being a Toastmaster can give me? What can I give to other people? Who will my efforts touch? I could be home watching Dancing with the Stars or something, which would have no effect at all on my world or the greater world. But an investment of just a few hours showing people that they matter, that they're as valuable as I am. I'm no more valuable than them. We all have these gifts. Why not use them? The world is begging for people to become more effective. It's a lot cheaper to train communicators than it is to train soldiers. And that's the choice. Or you build more prisons. But it's again that misunderstanding and those hurt feelings and all the complications that Toastmasters addresses. Because it takes away your fear, it gives you confidence, and with confidence you see who you are for yourself and who you can be in the world. So for those three thoughts, they all came together today. And I'm glad they did, because it made me realize I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm not right, I'm not wrong, I just am. And I have an opportunity, this moment, to say that and to see it and to be grateful. Toastmasters.